Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Ajulam here. Thank you so much for the love and support. If this is your first time of checking out my channel, please subscribe and also tap on the bell button so that you will know anytime I put up a new video. So for today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make a designer frock or an outfit for a little girl. So guys, let's move down to the work table. I'll be working with today. Here I have 1 yard. This is the net, because I'll make this. I'm going to add a yoke for this dress. This is my satin and my lining, 1 yard each, and this is the little band I'm going to use. So for today's tutorial, the bust is 22 inches, the waist is 22 inches, half length is 8, full length is 22. The armhole is 3.5. So the half length, I'll start with the half length, which is 8. So I'll make it 9. The half length is 8 plus 1 inch for seam allowance, making it 9. So the shoulder is 9. Half of it is 4.5 because my paper is on fold already. This is it, 4.5. The neck width is 2.25, which is here. So I'll come down by ½ inch for the shoulder slope. So I'll connect these points to these points here. So this is it. Now the armhole is 3.5, so I'll mark out the 3.5 from here. And I'll connect it to a straight line as well. So I'll mark out the shoulder as well, 4.5 here. Here, and I'll connect it to this point. So now I'll check what I have here. 3.5, half of it is 1.75, which is here, and I'll come in by ½ inch, which is here. Here I'll mark out the chest, which is 5.5, is 22 divided by 4, that is 5.5, plus 1 inch for seam allowance. So the waist is 22 as well, so 22 divided by 4 is 5.5, plus 1 inch for seam, which is here. So I'll connect this point to this point. Here I'll connect it. So I've connected it. For the neck depth, I'll use 1.75, which is here, because I'm going to add yoke to this outfit. So I'll connect it. Now for the yoke, I'll check, depending on how you want it. For the yoke, I'll be using 3 inches, which is here, and I'll connect it to the armhole area. You can always choose the way you want it. If you want to connect it straight, you can also give it a slant curve, depending on how you want it. So I'm going to use my free hand and connect it. This is how I want it. So now I'm going to trace this out. After tracing it out, for the allowance, I'll add the allowance when I place it on my main fabric. So that's where I will add my allowance for this point. I've already added my allowance for joining the down part and the shoulder area. So let me just trace it out. this is the yoke. So this one I'll be placing it on my net and cut it out on it, and here I'll add my seam allowance. Let me just place it. As you can see, I just used my front pattern and I placed on top of a plain paper. I've marked out this line is my zipper allowance. So now I will come down. Let me make it a straight line. Okay, so I'll come down by ½ inch here as a guide. So I'll connect it. Okay, so I'll just cut it out exactly like this before I'll add the yoke for the back part. So this is the front pattern, this is the back. So for the yoke for this back, I'm going to come down. You can decide how long you want it. So for me, I'll make it 5 inches. So this is 5 inches here. I will use my hand and give it the same way I did for the front part. So this is it. This will be the net. So let me just cut it out and place it on my fabric and show you. So for the down part, I'm going to use 1 yard. I have my 1 yard on fold already. This is 2 and this is 2. So I folded it already. For this down part, I'm going to make it a circle. So the waist is 22. So I'll divide 22 by 6.28, which is the normal, whether you're sewing for yourself or for your little girl, it is the normal the normal thing to use using the pie method. So I'll divide 22 by 6.28. So that will give me 3 and 3.5. So but for this, I would like to make it 3¼ so to be on a safe side. And if you're using a stretching material, please don't use this method because you end up spoiling your fabric. So I'm going to mark out 3¼ which is here. So mark the 3¼ all round. This 3¼ here. Connect it. So I'll cut it out. I hope I try to make a little sense there. Okay, so the length I'll be using is 14 inches. So I'll mark out, I'll make it 16 inches because I'm going to fold it. So I'll make it 16 inches, which is here. So I'll mark out the 16 inches all through. So I'll cut it out. So this is for the down part, this is for the circle. It's already looking beautiful. So now I'm going to cut my satin like this as well. Let me just do that quickly. So this is my satin. This is my satin. I folded it the same way. So I'll just place it on top like this. Cut it exactly like this. Okay, so let me trace it out. Please, if you're using a very stretchy material, don't try this pie method because it's going to disappoint you. So this is it. Now I'll come in by 1 inch because I don't want my satin to be coming out. So I'll just mark out 1 inch all through and cut it out. Okay, so I'll just open it up at the center because that is where my zipper will be. I'll do the same thing on the main fabric. So this is it. Okay, the next thing now is to cut out my lining. This is the lining I'm going to use, and I have 1 yard here as well. But for this lining, I'm going to I'll not cut it the same way I did for the main fabric. So this one I'll make it half circle because I'm going to add a little hard net on this. So this is how to fold it. You're making a half circle. I'm going to use 5.5 here. The waist is 22, so I'll use 5.5 here. This is 5.5. I don't know if you can see my chalk very well. This is 5.5. So I'll cut it out. For the length, I'm going to use 12 inches. Yeah, this is 12 inches here. This is 12. So I'll mark it out. I'll cut it out, sorry. This is where I'm going to fix my hard net. So if you're trying this out for the first time, I will advise you use this pattern that I'm showing you right now, because for me, I think this one will be so easier for you to use. But the first pattern I showed you for the upper part of that yoke is still the same thing. If you use that way and make it, you will still achieve the same thing. So now I prefer this method so that you can easily understand it. Now remember, our half length is 9. Okay, so now I just cut out a straight fabric. Here I have 6.5. You can just make it, you can place your tape like this and just make it 10, so that after sewing you will still have enough. So I'll just cut it out like this now, 10. This is 10. So I'll join it here. After joining it here, I will now use the pattern that I showed you, the first pattern. So after joining it, you can use your pattern now and place on top of it like this and just twist it out. For me, I think this is the easy method. So let me just do that quickly. So I've joined it together. I will now use my pattern and place on it. This is what I was trying to explain earlier, because for me, I believe this is the most simplest way of going about it. But if you still use the first pattern that I showed you, you will still get it exactly like this. So now this is it. I will now just trace it out. Let me do that quickly. So this is it. As you can see, it's a very simple thing to do. If you follow this method, this is what we have. So I'll use the same method and cut out the back yoke as well. So let me do that. And I placed my pattern on the fabric like this because of this curve. So now I'll cut it, leaving ½ inch for my seam allowance. So this is it. So this is my bag. So this side I will also add my ½ inch for sewing allowance. Cut it out. I decided to leave this. After joining it, I can now use my front pattern and place it to make sure it's the same length. So now I'll just take it, I'll just join this and, okay, let me open it up. Okay. So this is how it's going to look. This is it. So I'll join this together and I'll use my front pattern now and place on top of it to make sure I have the same length. So let me just do that. So this is my front and this is the back. As you can see, I've added a little band. Here is 1 3/4. By the time I'm through joining it with the down part, I will have 1 inch. So now I'll use the net as my lining. That is what I want to use. So I'll just carry this and place on top of the net and just cut it out. Let me just do that. So this is the lining for the back and this is the lining for the front. So I will join the 2 shoulders. That's the first thing I'm going to do. So I'll turn this and join the 2 shoulders first. I will do the same thing on the lining as well. So let me just do that. See, I've joined the shoulder. I did the same thing on the lining. So I'll just place it over, making sure that the 2 fronts are facing each other. You see, the 2 fronts are facing each other. So I will now make sure that it's the same. So what I'll do now is I'm going to sew, but I'm going to leave ½ inch here for my zipper allowance, and I will sew the neck all the way around, and I'll also leave ½ inch here also for this side. After that, I'll just close the armpits, the armhole area. I'll just close it. Then I'll give it a good press. Let me just do that and I'll show you. As you can see, I've joined all together, both the lining. As you can see, it's already looking good. So if you want to see more on how I did all these parts, you can also check out my video on how to make a christening or child dedication outfit for a little girl, and you'll get to see how I did all this. So now I'll take my down part, and as you can see, I've given it a notch, and this one as well, I've given it a notch also. So I'll remove, separate the lining. I'll take this and join it together like this with the down part. So I'll just sew it along to this end. I'll also do the same with the lining. So this is my lining here. I've fixed the hard nets already. So you can as well check out my video on how to make a christening or child dedication outfit. You also get to see how to do this. So now let me just join this quickly, and I will also join the lining on this part, and I'll show you guys. This is it. This is the back side. Or if you want it to be more fluffy than this, all you need to do is to add more of your hard net inside. Or you can also use the crinoline to trim your satin. So this is it. Now to fix the zip, this is my zip. All I have to do is, now this is my zip, look at the way I place it. But before that, I've ironed it so that this thing will straighten, so that it will not be a problem when I'm sewing it. So now this is my zip, look at the way it is. I will just take one as I'm holding it, and I'll take one, that is the front side, look at it, and I'll just turn it over like this. This is it. I'll pin it all through, and I'll do the same side for the second side and sew it. Then after sewing, you now take your lining inside, look at the way it is, and turn it over this way, as you can see. So now when you carry your lining and put on top like this, I'll just sew it straight to this point, and I'll still sew it together with the lining all the way around. So let me just do that. See, I've fixed the zip, and this is how the back side looks. I've added a little bow, and this is the final look of the dress. As you can see, it's already looking beautiful. So, but if you want it to be more fluffy than this, all you have to do is to add more of your hardness. So to see how I did the hardness area, just watch my video on how to make a christening or child education outfit, and you get to see that. So guys, that is it for today, and I believe you were able to grab one or two from today's tutorial. So guys, please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to tap on the bell icon so that you get to know anytime I put up a new video. So guys, I'll see you soon.